All right. If there were going to be a Def Jam Fight for New York reboot, right? In which Fuzzy Slippers, you say there shouldn't be.
Nah, not at all.
Kenny is all for it with all new characters. So I'm gonna name some names, right?
And some throwback characters, you know what I'm saying? In there.
We'll name some throwback characters, no doubt. Because there are seasoned veterans like Method Man and Redman. They have to be in that game. But I'm gonna throw some names out.
They only have to be in that game if we're continuing D-Mob's trash storyline.
Right, yeah.
Unfortunately, we have to.
If we're not doing D-Mob, he can go. Honestly, let him get murdered the first
season. Actually,
holy shit. So
actually, nah, that's not even. No, I'm about to tell you who's about to take over. I am so happy that Kendi started that train of thought because it's going to help you out, Los. So we have Method Man and Redman as the new D-Mob together.
Holy shit!
That can work, and if that's the case, I would like to see that game happen now. If that's the case,
who's the villain?
Pick one.
No, Snoop Dogg's dead.
Pick one. It's so many that you can choose from in today's rap.
Make 50 be the villain.
Holy shit.
He already be trolling enough.
Troll everybody.
He troll everybody. Let him be the villain.
And let Tekashi be his the vice president or whatever.
Yeah.
Be like the Fat Joe and the Busta Rhymes. That's
God.
Yeah.
The Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
And Tekashi keep trying to be real king in New York, but 50 keep catching him.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, let me throw some names out. Let's see if you would play as them or fight against them, or if they just wouldn't be in the game at all.
All right, let's do it.
The Baby.
Yes.
Oh, he'd definitely be.
He's in the game.
I feel like
and I want him squared
off of the dance alone. I just want to see that as a victory celebration.
Fair enough. All right.
Some bop in it. Like you got to do that after you win.
As soon as he win, he just
got to do like this. You got to. See, no. That is for his finisher.
That's right. That's when you're ready to do the finisher, and then he do the. And then every time when he hit that, he'd be like, "Ha!"
No, my God, no.
See, okay,
right. and his finishing move be Suge.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah,
would Drake make the cut?
I mean, by default, yes, but I wouldn't be rocking with Drake fighting.
Honestly and truthfully, though,
I feel like Drake would like run one of the clubs.
Nah, Drake would be like Ice-T.
Like Ice-T?
Because like in the video game, Ice-T he wasn't really on either side until like the end.
Yeah.
When Snoop was out here wilding. So when 50 started wilding, Drake would be like, "Oh nah, bro, I gotta side with Meth and Red because, you know,
you drunk,
you drive like out here wilding, bro."
All right, Lil Durk.
I'd have him on my team.
All right.
I mean,
because he'd be a brawler. He'd be like Omar Epps. Remember Omar Epps' character, OE in the joke? Yeah. Slim, that man had hands.
Yeah, he did. He was
for any and everybody.
I used to have. He used to give me problems.
He used to give me problems.
Moms used to say that Fat Joe would give them problems. I breezed through Fat Joe.
Yeah, it wasn't Fat Joe the first time. It was Fat Joe the second time for me.
Fat Joe gave me problems, bro.
When you had to help, when you went and saved Method Man and he only he was in the red, that Fat Joe fight, nah, I ain't like that one.
My ass too. I concur. Yeah. All right.
Fat Joe gave me problems. Oh, he gotta be in the future.
He has to be in the game. Come on, now.
Future gotta be in the joke.
Off of March Madness alone, Future got to be in.
Imagine lines from him, like in the game, like in-game lines from him.
Like mask off.
Like actually, his finisher would probably have to be called March Madness or balling like it's March Madness. Had to be probably. I can't think of another name.
Dirty Sprite.
Young
Nah,
Thug.
he's no. I know you're not about to disrespect Young Thug and not choose him.
Definitely in the game. All right.
That brother be the Black Kung Lao.
Moneybag Yo.
Eh, he'd be on 50's team. I'd have to be there.
Yeah, he be on 50
He'd
C's
definitely be on 50's team.
with YG.
Yep. I actually like YG, but he would be on 50's team simply
Yeah,
because of the
YG
type of
gotta be on 50
personality.
team.
Griselda Records.
No.
Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher, and Westside Gun.
See, when you do stuff like that, that got to be like its own separate game. Like that guy, they can't be on this game
How?
because they too real. They too real.
They're perfect for the game.
They are, but not with the social climate of rap that is today.
Wow.
That means you can't put Lil Reese in there either.
Lil Durk makes it in the game, but Westside Gun doesn't make. Wow.
They couldn't. You can't have too many
All right.
games in one game. You can't.
What about Young Dolph?
I mean, under the same premise, no.
Okay. All right. As long as you
I mean, I understand what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to find credible people. It's
You gotta
just
put Dolph in the game, bro.
you got to, but all of them would be on one side, is what I'm saying.
That's true too. This is true.
Yeah.
Roddy
Whatever.
Rich.
It's the same thing. He'd be on the same team.
All of these people you just named would be on one team, and then who's gonna be on the other team? Not people I want to fight with.
Kendrick Lamar.
Griselda Records could have been on Red and Meth's team. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. Most of the people you just named outside of YG and maybe Young Dolph would be on Meth and Red's team.
Meek Mill
would be on Meth and Red's team. And I'm not sure I want to hear Meek Mill like that.
Lil Uzi Vert.
He has to be in the game. I wouldn't necessarily play with Lil Uzi Vert.
I'm not playing with Lil
He'd be on 50 squad.
Young Boy Never Broke Again.
He would also be on 50 side.
YBN Corday.
You know what? I'm interested to see what type of finishing move he would have.
Fascinating. That's very fascinating.
Him and he'd have an elaborate finisher.
Something with Kung Fu in it.
Like he'd do the stand up that Dave Chappelle did in the Nutty Professor as his finisher. I feel like that's what like have it like just in this.
This is
fun. French Montana definitely wouldn't be on 50 side, so there's that.
French Montana, bro.
If he even is in the game.
Nicki Minaj. You gotta have some women in the game.
Megan Thee Stallion, definitely.
I know you.
Definitely.
I know you.
Without a doubt in my mind, Megan Thee Stallion's in this game.
Who feels the way about Nicki Minaj?
And Megan Thee Stallion isn't even a girlfriend in the game. She's like one of the crew members and shit.
Carlos is not like Nicki.
Oh no, yeah. Meg, she would be one of the ones that's about to fight people.
Meg gonna be one of your girlfriends.
Nah. She would fight people.
Your girlfriend list would consist of like SZA and
her.
Honestly, it's too many people that's why this game wouldn't be able to work. Who's gonna be the women? No, who's gonna be the women?
Rihanna.
You're not about to sit here and tell me y'all can pick here and pick 6. Go ahead and lie to me.
Rihanna.
Go ahead and lie to me.
Rihanna could be one you pick from. She could be a selection.
Yes.
Okay, that's a given. I'm keep going. That's one.
I'm trying to think.
Y'all ain't about to find. Y'all not about to only find 6.
So
for the BBW lovers, Lizzo.
Yes.
Since we're not body shaming, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Oh, like a writer?
Equal opportunities.
Look at his face.
I understand completely. That is not what we do, America. That is not what we do. Everybody is beautiful and
Let's
gorgeous. Yes.
Kali Uchis.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Snow Allegra.
Who?
Ooh, you never heard of Snow Allegra? Ooh, look
I didn't
her
hear
up.
the first part. Yes.
I
I just heard Gruh. So I
Um,
was like,
I
who
don't
is
know
Gruh?
who that is, so y'all gotta have to
Look
educate.
her
What,
up.
Kenneth?
Oh man, her voice.
Get on the Googler
Her?
or go to Apple Music.
Whichever you need to find her.
I'm already on YouTube, so.
Ooh,
that-
Janae Aiko.
Nope. Sorceress. No sorcerers are allowed.
He said no sorcerer.
Which is why she'd be perfect for 50's team.
No. No sorceress allowed in the game. That means no her, no Tiana Taylor, no Sade, no Erica Badu, no Joe Scott. None of them. Sorceress.
So y'all just gonna not put Nicki Minaj in the game?
She would be with
Nicki
what you
Minaj
call
would
it.
be asked to join the game and she wouldn't want to.
No, I think she definitely would, but she would be a part of the crew.
Mm.
Yeah, okay.
Would Nicki be a part of 50's crew?
Definitely.
Of course. You know how
All
she
right.
be talking about 50 already?
Kalani.
Touche. Touche.
Yeah, touche.
Touche.
Ari Lennox.
Ooh,
Another touche.
Cocoa Butter Ari, yes.
Your boy's on a roll.
This is 4-6. This is the problem that I said we were going to have. You
Doja
wouldn't be able
Cat.
to exactly, and then you can do Summer Walker.
Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
this would
too
be a hell of a
many
game.
people. Right, it's too many people. You'd have to have 20.
Chanel West Coast.
And on that note, you guys, this has been fun.
Live via satellite. It is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am your empathetic yet foul mouth. At this point, third of the show. Young Rescue Guy, Carlos Crawford, aka Chin Music Charlie. First and foremost, I'm absolutely disappointed in Kenny. Second of all, I really will kick anyone in the face that stands in the way of both my success and the world's destruction. And no, those two aren't mutually exclusive.
First of all, I don't want Chanel West Coast in the game. I did that to be funny. Second
Oh,
of
I know you were trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny.
she got hit the laugh. She could be the one, like, if you lose the fight, you get the ugly
Fuck
show.
No. Why would you want that consolation prize?
There's no way you can
It's
spin
got to
this.
be a consequence in the game for losing.
I understand that
There's
because I
always a
don't do
Subway.
participation trophies, but no.
The sub participation.
I'm gonna die on the hill of participation trophies from America. But
I'm
that's
going to die on the hill of Chanel West Coast being as far away from this project as possible. That's the hill I'm dying on.
Okay, replace her for Iggy Azalea. She white. You know, right?
I'll allow it.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
AKA Vic Flair. I've seen better on the backside of the worst days of my life. AKA Snap Miller. Most of these motherfuckers are so easy to forget here. Toast to those, you hold your own. I'm coast to coast. The poster flows. The flows is cold. Over coast. I'm blowing smoke at police. Fucking, we ain't never going to trust them. Let me go free. AKA Gelato Graham. I told my lineman once, you guys hold Sam's Club cards. Those are red. My membership card is green. We're built different.
Oh, joy.
All right, Kenny. Follow my lead on this one because I did not even talk to you about it. AKA
Okay.
Haystack West. So, Moose, it's dawned on me that Green is wanted for the same amount whether or not he's alive.
So we're going to take him in right here.
We shoot him on sight to kill next time.
Ah, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He has that ability to disappear.
He's going to appear with some bullets in his chest.
I like the moxie. All right. There he is. You ready?
Always.
Fire. What? How? No fucking way. God damn it.
I don't know. I don't know. It makes me laugh. Part of a chuckle.
I have an idea. But it's going to involve Rooster and the wagon.
Alrighty.
While we head back to town, you go ahead and introduce yourself to these people.
I just want to say that my creativity on the spot is amazing.
I honestly had it going another way, but once you ad-libbed it, I was like, all right, let me go ahead and flip it over because he's giving me something anyway. So as long as you give me anything, that works for me.
Yep, I got you. My name's Kenneth Whitaker, aka Hendrix Soul, the original Older Millennial Falcon. Hey, Calrissian. This dude is just escaping my grasp. It's making me very upset. Reminds me of a certain someone whose name I'm not going to say until another time.
Thank you.
AKA the Last Black Jedi. Feel the force around you, or you're going to catch me like Anakin walking in the Jedi Temple, slaughtering the young ones.
Ooh.
Pow, right to kiss her.
Pow right in the kisser. Pow right in the kisser. Pow right in the kisser. Yeah, that got annoying after a certain point.
Yeah, there it go. Just like the I guess annoying after a certain point.
Nah, that's just funny.
It's annoying, but it's still funny.
It drags on too long, but it's funny.
Yeah, that's what I mean by annoying. It drags on too long. AKA Ball Barkley here with EJ and the donuts. I need 12 Krispy Kreme donuts. I was looking at The Last Dance and me in the finals against Jordan. I should have won if I had a better team. Unlike Shaq, it had Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade coattails to ride.
Shaq almost gave you credit for almost beating Jordan, but now I take that back after you made that coattails comment for the third week in a row.
You could have never beat Jordan.
You failed to forget. I beat Jordan in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That don't count.
Oh,
40
it counts.
points, 50 points. He wasn't there. He wasn't there, Shaq. He wasn't there.
He was 45, but he wasn't Superman. It doesn't matter.
He wasn't there. That don't count.
You can't beat Jordan. You can't beat Jordan.
Why don't you go do a damn General Ice Hot commercial?
I will do that. So I can save money on my insurance instead of paying $600 like you do, Chuck.
I don't pay $600. I pay $200.
You a damn
like
lie.
My weight, $245.
You use the 200 because you're using the General. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Oh no. AKA Mr. Go Slick Vodka. These eyes cry every night for you. These eyes are crying. These eyes
Bro, I was just watching that movie, man.
Hey, so you just reminded me I need that song for my sleep list, dog. I need it. I'm so glad I remember who it is and the name of the song. Yes.
That man said, you sing. You sing good.
You sing? Yeah.
Jimmy's brother, the singer.
Oh, These Eyes by the Guess Who.
That is funny. aka the very sexual, the very tight,
Very tight, yes.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Oh.
Hey, Dr. Evil, can I paint this Yoo-hoo good? It's kind of my thing. How about no, you creepy Dutch bastard? Oh, shit. AKA Vincent Kennedy Black Man. Now, last week, before I was rudely interrupted by that son of a bitch Stone Cold Steve Austin, I was telling each and every one of you people that I am back to shake up the Gorilla Gang podcast again. God damn it, you people think this is funny?
What?
Stop. You
Vince? What?
I'm your boss, damn it. Listen. Listen to me.
What? You come out here, you talking crap about how I'm not gonna take your thunder? Well, you got another thing coming, son. And it's this.
I feel like I'm gonna be selling stomachs for a very long time.
Oh, it's gonna get much better as it goes along.
And I'm not gonna get to say anything. We are back. Oh no, we're not. I forgot what. I was so ready to sell the stunner. Hey, not you mean I'm a savage. Oh yeah. See, I was all worried about how this quarantine was gonna affect the Nacho Man, but the Nacho Man's always got a plan. You gotta have a plan to survive quarantine, yeah. So what the Nacho Man's been doing, I've been loading up on a lot of quick fix stuff like egg rolls and pizza tortilla bites, all kind of bagel bites. You know I like the bagel bites, Gene. They got a lot of pepperoni on them bagel, yeah. But you know you can't just have any regular bagel. It's gotta be the pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza in the summertime. So fine, Elizabeth, why are you shopping on my dime? Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man Ivan Savage live from his own personal grocery store.
Put
back
that
to you,
debit
Gorilla.
card down, yeah. Now we're back.
That was awesome. That was fucking awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. You got some AKAs?
Yeah.
Nah, not right now.
Not right now.
Probably the back end of the show. Something like that.
Yeah.
Give you some time to think. All right.
That's fine. I kind of want to finish making this game, though.
Low key. That shit was fire for a second. Like, I'm a
little upset that I said Chanel West Coast to be funny because I felt like it could have been.
Yeah, because you ruined the moment, Kenny. You definitely ruined the moment. Trust
I
you.
mean, to recapture the gold, how many characters we gonna have? Because that would decide how many teams, how many people in each team.
Well, not everybody is going to be on one side. There's going to be like extras and so on and so forth. They're going to be neutrals and such and such. Because like you said before the episode started, Ice-T was neutral till Crow started wilding out.
Yeah.
So OE's neutral low key.
40
characters. 40 characters?
Oh no, it gotta be more than 40. But as many rappers as out now, it gotta be close to 100.
40 is reasonable though.
We can't just let anybody in here.
No, I'm not even. So name all the rappers that we listen to that still make music. That's 40. That's about 40 people.
All right, so
It gotta be
60,
close to 100. It gotta be close to 100.
100.
Yes,
100.
it was like
Ah,
50 people in Def Jam Fight for New York.
50 current, 50 like
50
throwback
current,
for the
50,
most part.
50
50
nostalgia.
veterans. But how you get 50 veterans though? How many were in Fight for New York? That's literally the whole roster,
It was like
including motherfuckers like
the whole
Baxter.
roster of veterans
What,
now.
Baxter on the game again?
No, but that's what I'm saying. You take all of those dudes out,
Yeah.
and then you just make it all rappers. No Baxter, no the terrible dude with the Jamaican accent with the dreads, the light skinned dude.
No Manny the
Elephant
tattoo
Man
guy.
was an actual artist.
Talking about Manny.
Yeah, not Elephant Man, Los.
No, not
The other
Elephant Man. I
dude.
said the light skinned dude. I know who Elephant Man is, Lo.
Oh, I thought you said light skinned dude with the dreads.
Elephant Man is not light skinned, Los.
That is true. Good point.
Dear God.
Fair enough. Shut up. All right.
No.
Smack Man. Yeah, that's me. All right.
Hey, I mean, Scarface has to go back in the game.
No, you just move all the old people in the game, but they're not. We not taking them out.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, after Crow dies, they're all on.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But
So
then
like,
you have the additional rappers coming in that would be on would them be Red and Meth Squad.
okay, so here's what I'm thinking. It's kind of crazy. How about we have like 3 or 4 sides?
Go on.
I'm listening.
All right, so
Got a leader of each crew. Okay.
Say more words.
So listen, Meth and Red are the leaders of the old school, right?
Yeah.
All the people who were previously on the game, that's their squad. Then you can have the lane of music that I think we all tend to listen to on this
Bro.
in the Sir Josephs, if you will, and have them on one squad. Then you have King Troll 50 with all the new school rappers who people have strong opinions one way or the other about.
Yeah. The controversial ones.
That might pique my interest. I might buy that. Because
You know
could
what
you
I'm saying?
imagine the type of finishing move that Joey Badass would have? And any of them in that crew would have? Because me personally, I would just say you just put all of them.
Joey Badass's finisher would be called Third Eye Shit. And it would literally end with a foot to the middle of your fucking face.
Potentially, yes.
Schoolboy Q.
Right?
Oh,
Can you
Schoolboy Q's just going to
imagine?
run up on you like, ah. Just drop your shit. Kendrick Lamar is going to be wild martial arts. Absol is going to be like different. J-Rock just might shoot you. Like
J-Rock. Good God. Hey, bro, that's hilarious.
I play the hell out of this game.
I want to play this game.
Yeah, I'm
No
there
doubt.
now.
Just so I can beat up Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know he got 2 million views on his IG live today.
Of
He
course.
put out a song. Like he still makes music. People still listen to him. Why?
Because it's Tekashi.
That's not a good answer.
The king troll.
That's like my mom saying because I'm your mother.
That's not a good answer. That is
It's an answer, but not a good one.
It's not an answer that we should accept, but it's an answer.
Like what? I hate society today. At any rate. So
like that song he had with Nicki Minaj when we played.
Shut up, Kenny. I'll fight you.
Got that super
Hold on. I'm glad you brought that up because now I'm about to go on a mini tangent for a second. That song is the reason why society is what it is, or it
Yeah.
highlights what society is. That song is literally
That is
about
hilarious.
literally. It's just a dope beat, and that's it. And
Bruh,
words that rhyme
bruh,
in
that
Dope
cadence.
joke.
beat, if we're being honest.
I'm looking
Oh no,
on this joint on
no, the
YouTube.
beat as far as like partying, it's like if you in that realm, that-
Okay,
I've kind of concluded I'm not a party guy, so I
how?
probably don't. That's probably why I don't like party beats.
Here's a question
But
I
then there
want
be
to
some
ask
party
y'all.
shit
we
where
say
it's
this all the
heavy.
time.
I'll be like, turn the fuck up.
Here's a question I want to ask y'all. How many people are in the United States? Like about how many you think?
Talking about a good 5 to 800 million and
Nah, we
dropping.
gotta be in the billion.
It's got to be billions.
A billion. Well,
It's
we're
close.
rapidly dropping. Let me tell you.
Would you like to know how many views the official Fifi video with 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj got?
How
No,
many?
but you're gonna tell me anyway.
841 million.
Y'all watch that Fifi video, huh?
Oh crap! Wait a second.
I'm so
It's only
disappointed.
330 million
People in
in
the
the
country.
United.
In the country?
Yeah, I just looked it
And
up.
that means out of 300 million or whatever, some a couple people have watched this video 841 million times.
That sounds about right.
I'm very disappointed.
I'm not. That's the world we live in.
Yeah, well, disappointed in the world we live in. At any rate, I told Kenny Buzz before the show that after last week's episode, which was pretty lit, it was funny as shit. It garnered a lot of more attention than usual for our site. I figured I'd kick it up a notch and build on the momentum and use our like mainstay activities to bring us into episode 100. So
100.
we have 4 more what if scenarios. One of which we're going to present tonight.
That's the worst drum roll ever. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. A drum roll is a drum roll.
I'm not a drummer, so I'm not
This
Nick
one,
Cannon.
this one entitled "No More Screw Jobs in Montreal."
No more screw jobs in Montreal.
So we've all grown up watching wrestling. We all know what the Montreal screw job is. For those at home who are just getting hip to this show and don't know what it is, long story short, Bret Hart was leaving the company in 1997. He was to drop the title to Shawn Michaels. The problem was they couldn't decide, come to an agreement when and where they dropped the title. Hart didn't want to lose in Montreal, which is where Survivor Series is, but it's a pay-per-view, and that's the best time to lose a title. So, because Bret Hart refused to drop the title in Montreal, Vince McMahon screws Bret Hart and makes the referee ring the bell and preemptively end the match as Shawn Michaels has Bret Hart in his own finisher. Bret Hart goes to WCW. We don't hear from Bret Hart again in the WWE at least until at least like 2016 something like that, 2012.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
It was something
At any
like
rate.
really.
However, given the fact that that happened, you know what the landscape looks like today if you watch wrestling. However, I present to you an alternative universe in which the Montreal Screwjob never happens per se. So let's go back to that night in 1997. All right. instead of Vince McMahon coming in and screwing Bret, Triple H charges in and instead attacks Bret Hart, ending the match in a no contest, in which the following night, Bret Hart drops the title to HBK on Raw. Why? Because Bret Hart wasn't conniving or anything like that, like Alundra Blaze was. So he wasn't. He was loyal to Vince McMahon. He wasn't going to do anything grimy like that. He didn't have it in him. So I firmly believe that if he, if Vince McMahon trusted him enough, Bret Hart would have came into Raw the next night and would have dropped the championship to the HBK, in which he would announce that he is leaving the company. In which the following week he ends up on Nitro. Boom. So, with that being said, HBK remains a face, right? There is now a championship tournament for the vacant WWE Championship, in which Stone Cold wins that championship tournament by cheating, turning into a heel. Since HBK isn't champion, we never get that casket match versus The Undertaker. Thus, Shawn Michaels has no reason to retire. So let's go into 1998, right?
You piqued my interest.
You know what I'm saying? Because we never get that casket match in the Royal Rumble, Shawn Michaels enters the Royal Rumble, wins said Rumble, and we still get HBK versus Austin at WrestleMania 14 with Mike Tyson as special guest referee.
Is he still on drugs?
Probably. I don't know. Yes? Let's just say yes. Why not?
As long as he's still on drugs, we getting prime Michaels. Like, not to be mean, I don't want to save Michaels. Save Michaels is old.
Carls don't encourage him.
I think I'm
Hey,
I know.
I'm glad he found Jesus, but Save Michaels wasn't the same Michaels. I'm sorry.
That's fair enough. I understand.
I need cocaine every night. Barely written up the hotel room, Michael.
For the sake of your entertainment, Kenny, we'll keep pill popping Michaels. There, we happy now?
Yeah.
We're even. I can continue.
Yes.
Cool. All right. So with that
pop
being
them
said,
pills, Sean.
We still get that WrestleMania 14 match with not only Shawn Michaels, but a healthy Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin with Mike Tyson as special guest referee.
A healthy drugged Michaels.
Oh God, Kenny. Just problematic as a motherfucker.
And man, he said he was on drugs. He admitted it.
Yeah,
he admitted it.
But you're egging it on, okay? You're like constantly mentioning it because it's problematic as hell.
No, he was good while he was high.
Hey, I mean,
no junk, no soul. I get it, but still.
This is this podcast coming full circle. The last time I was on, what were wrestlers being on drugs?
Yes.
You heard me correctly. The name of the episode was Oohs and Ahs.
Yes.
No. Oh, Oohs is. We know what they were doing back then.
Woos and oh yes.
That, yes.
Listen, I feel like it's not a problem. I feel like it's not a problem to talk about it if the wrestler themselves has admitted to their drug addiction.
There's a problem to laugh about it, Kenny.
Who's laughing?
You're the one that's laughing.
I'm not
Kenny
laughing.
is not laughing. You are the problem. Kenny's not the problem.
Right. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying when he was high, he was dope. And I also said he was dope when he was saved, but he's not the same as he was when he was doped up.
How deep are you going to dig that grave, buddy?
Yeah, that grave you are digging pretty deep.
It's the same thing with Kurt Angle. When Kurt Angle was on them pills, he was a beast. When he got off, he wasn't as good.
I called him Perk Angle, dog. Y'all wild, dog.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't call him Perk Angle.
Off the Perk Angle. Y'all were so wild, man. Just lawless. That ain't right. So.
Whatever, bro.
However.
Take them pills, Sean.
at the end of the match,
Reach in.
instead of Tyson crossing Michaels, he crosses Austin instead.
Okay.
All
right. So after the WrestleMania, we get that HBK and Triple H rivalry earlier than 02. As in immediately after WrestleMania 14.
But that in turn destroys DX, correct?
For the moment, yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So Triple H was at SummerSlam, winning his first world title, which doesn't last long, however, because The Rock still has his first title run. But in this reality, he never aligns with Vince McMahon because, again, no Mr. McMahon character. With that being said, Stone Cold only reaches mid-card status because of this.
Oh no, he only get the IC belt? Oh no.
Wow. I already don't like this universe.
I don't like how this going already. You made that man Hollywood blonde again, bruh.
This is two universes in which Stone Cold needs Vince McMahon. So what does that tell you guys?
Made that man Hollywood blonde again. Stunning Steve Austin.
Hey, what's wrong with Stunning Steve Austin?
He's not Stone Cold. That's the problem.
Fair point.
Thank you.
Excellent point. All right. Well, still, that's what happens. Meanwhile, Bret Hart is perfectly fine at WCW. As a matter of fact, he didn't just join NWO. He actually kind of became the Sting counterpart for NWO. The thwarter, if you will. Right? So he's doing well in WCW. So if we go to 1999, we get Michaels versus The Rock.
Okay. I'm listening.
With that being said, Owen Hart gets involved in the world title picture, keeping himself alive.
I say Owen's still here.
Owen is still with us in this universe. That's right. Absolutely.
I am not a nugget.
Yes. He's still with us. And he even becomes champion by the end of 1999.
Yes. Give Owen the belt.
Give Owen his roses. God damn it. Because you got to remember, Owen was close to being, if not as good, better than Bret.
Oh, I'm aware.
You know what I'm saying?
Completely aware.
So that's a definite case of what could have been if he hadn't, died early or died young.
I full-heartedly believe in my heart of hearts, Owen Hart would have been absolutely better than Bret.
Because his career would have extended longer than Bret's. Because, all right, if Vince wasn't spiteful and had Owen become the Blue Blazers, right? Actually gave Owen a title run like in this universe, Bret Hart is getting super kicked by Goldberg in real life with Owen Hart still being alive. And his career comes to a semi-abrupt end while Owen is getting to the prime of his career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? However, let's see how it plays out for Bret in the alternative reality. After realizing, here's the bombshell.
Does he still get hurt by Goldberg?
No. And here's why, actually. After realizing the company is moving on from him creatively, Shawn jumps ship after his contract expires.
Okay.
He joins WCW. Most notably, he joins NWO for obvious reasons.
You about to save WCW.
That's what this sounds like.
Yeah.
We shall see. So with that being said, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels rekindles the feud, which keeps WCW above WWE barely.
Barely? With no Austin being Austin?
Oh, we'll get into it. Don't worry, we're getting to it.
So that means Rock carrying this.
So, with that being said, in this reality, Bret Hart never takes a career-ending super kick in turn because it's the master of super kicks super kicking him and not Goldberg. So let's go into 2000. With no Austin and McMahon feud as a mainstay storyline, the products are suffering.
Yeah.
Hogan and Michaels' ego regarding each other starts to destroy the show on WCW.
Yeah.
Both companies are losing ratings over time because there's no mainstay storylines on either show. Or you could say that WCW is overpowering. NWO is overpowering again in the storyline. WCW's problem in real life, or like real life, was because of the lack of stability and creative.
Mm-hmm.
However, in this alternate reality, WWE is just outright stinking up the place.
Like they
Creative. Right? However, WCW's title picture looks like this. HBK, Sting, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan. Where WWE's looks like Owen Hart, Triple H, Rock, Chris Jericho. So let's go into 2001, right? We all know what happens in 2001, correct? WWE buys out WCW. Well, in 2001, in this alternate reality, Turner and McMahon merge companies due to the ratings turmoil on both sides.
Okay. All right.
All right. With that being said, we get the full pickings of the invasion angle.
Okay.
You
All
know what I'm
right.
saying? There is no half-stepping the invasion angle because it's at full force because you have all of WCW
and
within
not
contract.
just Sean Stasiak.
Exactly.
Terrible.
So,
I'm sorry.
With that being said,
I'm still upset about Sean Stasiak being in WWE and trying to put him to be a main person in an invasion.
Well,
Sean Stasiak.
he got the push because of his father. That's why. So,
hear who his dad is. I don't even know who his dad is.
Stan Stasiak.
Whatever. Trash.
It's true. It's true. So, with that being said, the other big names to join the title pictures on both sides will include Goldberg and The Undertaker on both respective sides.
You telling me I get Goldberg in WWE earlier?
Yes, that
I'm
is
here
correct.
for it.
You get Sting in the WWE earlier.
I like Sting, but Goldberg's my favorite wrestler of all time. So
that's fair. Now, the invasion angle is the main storyline for the year.
Undertaker in my veins.
You said put the Undertaker in my veins?
Put Sting and Undertaker in my veins.
Oh, yeah. So, the brand split, instead of Raw and SmackDown, is split into Raw versus Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go, guys. 2002. I'm about to fuck y'all up with this one. All right. Because of the ratings drop in the last 2 years, USA Network terminates their contract with WWE, and Ted Turner just begins to lose interest in the wrestling endeavor. Both Raw and Nitro end, and mainstream wrestling ceases to exist.
Jesus.
So, let's go ahead and recap it. Brett never gets screwed. He gives up the title the next night on Raw. All right? Shawn is still the good guy. He feuds with Austin, who becomes the bad guy. So it seems that Austin is still getting his, push. Mr. McMahon never exists. HBK never retires because the casket match never happens. Michaels is a big player around this time, while Stone Cold is a mid-carder. As you said, Kenny, he's stunning Steve Austin all over again.
Trash.
However, we do get that Shawn Michaels and Rock feud that we've always wanted, but never will get. Shawn Michaels jumped ship. Owen Hart is still with us to this day. Brett doesn't get kicked into retirement. WCW implodes faster with Michaels there. WCW and WWE decline in ratings, leading to a merge. And eventually, both companies closed in 2002, ending mainstream wrestling, forcing real fans to watch indie circuits online, meaning no WWE on Fox, no ESPN acknowledgement, none of that.
No ECW. ECW don't get a chance to stay alive.
ECW folded into reality.
Yeah.
What do you think happens in the alternate?
They need to come back. Yeah.
If anything, ECW is just one of the independent circuits I just talked about.
They need to fix it.
With that being said, the Montreal Screwjob was the most important wrestling moment in recent wrestling history because it caused a game-changing and Vince McMahon stepping from just owner, CEO, and chairman to an actual character and foil for these anti-heroes such as Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock or Triple H, so on and so forth. So Vince McMahon becoming Mr. McMahon was the catalyst that happened in the Montreal Screwjob. And that weren't to happen, wrestling, we probably wouldn't be talking about wrestling right now. This probably just be strictly a sports show.
That's about as disappointing as the Washington Redskins
Wow. Wow. Rook, I hope you text him after you watch this.
And
That's
speaking of the Washington Redskins franchise, the Redskins are without a Monday Night Football game for the first time since 1999.
Holy shit, I didn't even realize that. What?
Meaning no one wants to watch them.
Wow.
It's official. You won't see them on primetime television.
That sucks because I just realized that we got a Monday night game against the Packers.
We played Monday night against the Seahawks, so don't feel bad.
I think just about every team has a Monday night game. God damn it.
Well,
it's the Thursday night games you don't want to be on.
I hate
Actually, I kind of want the Eagles to be on Thursday night because I read a stat that they undefeated on Thursday night.
I was about to say they're like the only team that does well, that's mainly because y'all are almost always home on Thursday night games.
That and the attention is not fully on them because nobody really watches Thursday night games. Less pressure.
We beat Green Bay on Thursday night.
Playoff implications.
That was one of the few home losses in Thursday night game history. Like the reason why people hate Thursday night football games is because the home team wins at least 85% of the time. Like it's not up for debate.
That's not their fault.
Yeah, it is because there's no time to prepare.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because most of the people who sit out those games would play on Sunday.
That is true. All right. Well, what if the team that is on a hot streak right now, they're coming into the Thursday night game as the away team?
They usually lose.
Wow. Man, I don't know what to say. So I was like, without a shadow of a doubt, they're taking an L. They could be undefeated up to that point. They won't be undefeated at the end of that Thursday.
Pretty much, because if you look at it, like, I didn't realize it too until I think I actually watched it more intently last year.
That's
like I said, I think Kenny's Eagles are the only team that won last year on the road. Everybody else lost. And almost all of the games, there was a team like last year's Patriots where you ain't expect them to lose against a team like the Buccaneers where they weren't that great and they lost.
Right.
Because they were on the road. That's the only common denominator is they were on the road.
Wow. That is a hell of a stat. That's like the Madden curse.
And most of them are division games, which is the other problem.
Also true.
Yeah.
You can't have a short week to prepare for a division rival.
No, absolutely not.
Your division rival is going to whoop you.
Destroy you even. It's
Mhm.
true.
Because I know we got messed up by the Bengals one year. They whooped us something stupid like 42-7. I was like, what? The
You never saw it coming.
Bengals?
Blew your
They
boat.
might have won 5 games that year.
You really hate to see that.
You do. And that was one of the games that kicked. That was before we got Lamar. That was one of the games that kicked us out the playoffs. I was just like, bro, this is just stupid. The Bengals.
He said, bro, this is just stupid.
So I'm on Facebook and I just happened to score across a question. Somebody asked who has the best hands out of these 5, and it's the 5 are DeAndre Hopkins, Odell Beckham Jr.,
Oh boy,
Antonio Brown, Michael Thomas, or Larry Fitzgerald.
oh boy.
Oh, I'm taking Fitz.
See, you're old person bias. I'm taking Nook.
You counted 15 years, 9
You
drop
taking
passes.
who?
Nook. DeAndre Hopkins.
The proof is in the pudding with Larry Fitz.
The proof
I
is
throw
in
a
the
ball,
pudding.
he comes down with it. That's not on that.
The proof is in the pudding. But I'm going to tell you this. Would you like me to read off the list of quarterbacks that is throwing a pass to DeAndre Hopkins and he's still a top 3 receiver, probably top 2, and not number 2?
And like Larry Fitz had anybody for real the last 5 years or so.
That's the last 5 years. Try a whole career until Deshaun Watson showed up.
How long has DeAndre Hopkins been in the league?
8 at least. He's about 8 years. Let me check and confirm. I like to verify my facts.
Yeah. And compare
But
that
say 8
to how many
years?
years Larry Fitz didn't have a quarterback such as Kurt Warner or Carson
He
Palmer.
had Kurt Warner for those 2 were the majority of his career. They're more than half of his career. That's why I say DeAndre Hopkins. Oh, I got the facts. I'm looking it up. Don't you worry.
So how long has Larry Fitz been without a real quarterback?
Only 4 or 5 years. He had Kurt Warner
and then
for most
Carson
of
Palmer.
it, and then he had Carson Palmer.
Okay, all right.
And then he had one of the McCown brothers when they were actually playing good before Kurt Warner. So again, when did he have
The
TJ
McCown
Yates?
brothers never played good. They just had people to play good with. That's not
No.
Like how Justin Blackman made Brandon Wheaton.
I said
or
that.
how Randy Moss made Chad Pennington.
Well, no. I'm talking about the first one, not the second one. I agree with you on the first one. The second one, some time ago. I understand that. The first one, no. Brandon Whedon being almost 30 in college is the reason he was good.
Yeah, he like an old man playing.
He was our age as a sophomore.
Playing little kids, bro.
He was. Him and Chris Winkie.
That man found a loophole of all.
Chris Winkie. Oh my
God.
God.
Remember Chris Winkie?
I like to forget Chris Winkie.
Done. I can never.
Why are you trying to remember Chris?
Listen, Caleb took me to a Maryland game when Florida State came into town one year. This is like maybe his, I want to say, junior year in college. And Florida State came into town and Maryland actually won. However, throughout that entire game, we were like sitting in a section where the crowd was just like dogging everybody that played for Florida State. Like Chris Winkie came into the game. It was like, "Hey, Winkie, how long have you been in college?" It was like, "You're an 8-year senior." I was like, "Oh shit."
That's about right.
Your man's an 8-year senior. I was like, "Oh damn it, he that old?" I was like, and then I had to turn over to Cam. I was like, "How old is he again?" Cam was like 26. Like,
yep, he was 25 when he joined Florida State in '97.
I said, "Nah, son."
Boy, yeah.
I'd have been an entire beast.
But it's no point to go to the league. You 30, you got like 3 years left.
Right.
Right.
You be the greatest college football player of all time and call it quits. Be a career backup. Be like, yes, I'm just here for the checks and improve the quarterback room. That's
Hey,
what I'm
man.
here for.
Maybe have one good year in the NFL, and that'll be that. That'll be that.
This is DeAndre Hopkins' 8th year, by the way.
It is his 8th year.
Yeah. So yeah.
And yeah, no, he's had nobody until Deshaun Watson. However, I will say this: David Carr didn't have a quarterback. Didn't have a line.
I'm not. He wasn't there for David Carr. David Carr had.
Yeah, Andre Johnson.
Yeah, David Carr had Andre Johnson.
You're right. DeAndre Hopkins had the likes of
TJ Yates. Hold on, I'm about to go through.
TJ.
There's an article.
Boy,
There's an article of quarterbacks who threw the ball to DeAndre Hopkins.
Boy, am I in for a treat. No, you know what? I'm packing a bowl for this one. Yep, this is happening. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yep. All right, I'm ready. Because I just know I'm going to laugh. Boy, am I going to laugh.
Bruh, I can't even. I don't want to know.
Yeah, well, I'm here for it.
So. Oh, buddy, this is just a couple of them.
This list is horrible.
Hold on, 1 second.
Okay, 1 second. I'll wait.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta run to the bathroom quick. Hold on.
Well, I not that long. Shit.
I just gotta pee. It's not like I'm doing something else.
I gotta pee too, but I'm holding it. Right.
Yeah, I'm gone.
I'm gonna hear this list of quarterbacks. Like, this suspense is killing me now.
Well, let's just say one of the aforementioned people that we have named is on this list. In a terrible way.
TJ Yates?
No, other than TJ Yates.
Brandon Wheaton?
Yep.
I'm back. Who did I miss? What names did you say?
All right, so this is the names of the quarterbacks prior to Deshaun Watson, and this is just some of the names. This ain't even all of them. We start the list off with the legendary Brian Hoyer. Then we have the phenom, Ryan Mallett.
Phenom. I hate you.
Phenom.
We've already talked about the great and illustrious career of TJ Yates.
Carolina quarterbacks. Can't trust them.
We then have the franchise, Matt Schaub.
Fuck Matt Schaub. I hate Matt Schaub so much.
I know, that's why I called him the franchise. Then, a name that you guys may or may not remember. We have the magnificent Tom Savage.
Tom Savage.
I heard that name in years.
Jesus.
Then, it gets better.
That's horrible.
It gets better.
It does?
It does. We have Case Keenum.
God damn, you're right.
And
then
Case
Keenum wasn't that bad. He was better than what we just named.
Which is the problem with this list. He wasn't good Case Keenum yet.
You hear how everybody just got silent when you said that? Just like.
But no, it gets better because there's 3 more people that I gotta name. We have the GOAT, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I throw a pick like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
We have Ski Mask Hall of Fame, Brock Osweiler. And then to end the list, We ended with old man Brandon Whedon. Like it doesn't get it. That is the worst list of quarterbacks thrown to one human being that I've ever seen in my life.
He's makes so many quarterbacks try to look so good.
And mind you, the man averages 90 something catches, 1,200 yards, and like 10 touchdowns for his career.
Hey man,
So
Bro,
again,
them quarterbacks trash.
he might be better than Fitz then. Fuck.
so again, with the list of receivers you named, I'll take my chances with the guy that I could probably throw a touchdown to.
Hey, bro. Them niggas is trash. I think the only list that can compare to that is that Browns quarterback, man.
Right, but none of them had a receiver like DeAndre Hopkins. So again,
No. Let me throw another hat into the ring. The list of Miami Dolphin quarterbacks.
I keep telling y'all, we had this discussion before, and I'm not going to
Chad
be part of
Pennington
it
is not a good
because
quarterback.
y'all are
I paid
not
no mind to
going.
that discussion until
Chad
recently.
Pennington is not a good quarterback.
Y'all are not going to disrespect Chad Pennington like this.
He is
Oh,
not
I
a
will
good
give Chad
quarterback.
Pennington the utmost disrespect. There was one point in my life, Fuzzy Slippers, where I couldn't tell the difference between Chad Pennington and Joey Harrington.
Dear God, that's just wow. That's just mean. That's just cruel.
Hey,
It's
that's the
true.
truth.
That is Joey Harrington ain't never go to the playoffs, did he?
No.
No.
Chad Pennington went to the playoffs, man.
Bruh, that don't make it.
Why don't we remember it?
No one
He
remembers
took the
that.
Jets to the
But
playoffs,
you,
bruh.
Are we sure this is a dream or like what happened on a year of franchise at Madden or something after you super
No,
sim?
Chad
Like,
Pennington was. I'm not again, and I'm not trying to say that Chad Pennington is like great. I'm not
Sure
even
you are.
the great.
you're kind of trying to make that argument.
No, I'm just trying to
At
say
least elite.
no. I'm
I
just
mean,
trying to
this is the
say.
only way we're having this argument.
I'm just trying to say you could do a whole lot worse at quarterback than Chad Pennington.
Of course you can, but you can do a whole lot better.
Not a whole lot better.
Too.
You can do better.
You do
Not a whole lot
better.
better. No, you can't. No, you can't.
Would you rather have Chad Pennington or
There
Mark
we go.
Sanchez?
There we go.
I'd rather have Chad Pennington. Easy. Because Chad Pennington would have got that Jets team to a Super Bowl because they had a top 2 defense that year.
Wow. Hold on. Let's stop right there. Super Bowl, we're
The
reaching.
reason they didn't go to the Super Bowl is because Mark Sanchez kept throwing picks and butt fumbles.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
That
Why was he in the
held
game in the first place?
So you think Chad
most of
Pennington
they
is
have
getting
at
into a
quarterback.
Super
Chad
Bowl?
Pennington's in Miami at this point.
So you
Oh,
think
yeah.
Chad Pennington getting into a Super Bowl?
Most definitely because he doesn't throw interceptions. Now
Chad
he only
Pennington is
throws like 18 touchdowns, but he throws 2 picks. I live with that.
Chad Pennington is getting into the Super Bowl like Trent Dilfer is.
That's what I'm saying. I am literally calling him Trent Dilfer.
Chad Pennington.
That is my point.
Chad Pennington gets into the Super Bowl like Kerry Collins.
But
Like-
Trent Dilfer is better than Chad Pennington.
No, he's only better because he won the Super Bowl with the greatest defense.
And Mark Sanchez. He's better than
Trent
both
Dilfer
of
is
them.
definitely better than Mark Sanchez.
He's better than both of them.
Oh, he's literally the same quarterback as Chad.
Bruh, I would take Trent Dilfer over
They
Chad
both throw
Pennington.
18 touchdowns. They
I
only
would
throw
take-
2 interceptions.
I would take Trent Dilfer over Chad Pennington.
On a good year, it's 22-5.
Chad Pennington is Heath Schuler.
Casper, y'all are gonna stop disrespecting Chad.
Chad Pennington is
this-
Heath Schuler.
Ever gets out and Chad Pennington sees this, I just want him to know that I understand. That I'm here. I get. He gets a bad rap.
We get a good kick out of Chad Pennington, but on the real though, Chad Pennington, he wasn't that great, but he was above average. I will give him that. He was above average. But Randy Moss still made Chad Pennington. That's that.
Again, you don't get an argument out of me.
I'm still taking Trent Dilfer over
Because
Chad.
if you look at the highlights that when he was throwing to Randy, Randy was so open, he burned Bama's by 60 yards and had to wait for 30 yards for the ball to get there. I get that. You're not gonna sit here. You're not gonna hear me say that Chad Pennington had a John Elway arm ever in my life. Ever to say that statement. I'm just saying the man was act like I put it to you like this. If Chad Pennington was with Bill Belichick, he'd still have 3 Super Bowls because he doesn't throw interceptions, and Bill Belichick doesn't like throwing the ball down the field.
That is a. Why would you say something so bold yet brave? Like
Because it makes
controversial yet brave.
that is what Belichick's offense is. Ask Juan. Next time y'all talk to Juan, I guarantee you he would admit the exact same thing. Because Bill Belichick wants the West Coast offense in its purest form without Jerry Rice.
This is true. Randy Moss is basically the Jerry Rice.
Yes, and he only did that because he had Tom Brady, who had somewhat of an arm.
I'm still taking Trent Dilfer over Chad Pennington.
I'm not, and I guarantee you, if my Ravens had Chad Pennington instead of Trent Dilfer, we'd have back-to-back Super Bowls. Would that
It'd be the same. I bet you it'd be the same situation.
We'd have back-to-back because we wouldn't go sign Elvis Gerback if Chad Pennington was so great. I had this stuff for 3. Y'all ain't had Gerback when Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl. If he was so good, he should have stayed there. But
I will take Chad Pennington.
Wasn't that?
I will take Chad Pennington over Steve Young, though.
I'm not having this conversation with you. On to the next topic.
I'm swinging on you the next time I see you already. So you're just adding fuel to the fire at this point, buddy.
Chad Pennington was a better quarterback than Steve Young.
I'm not about to have this conversation with him because I'm not even going to entertain it.
Neither am I. I'm just saying he has a hooker cut coming to him.
Let's name some more quarterbacks better than Steve Young. Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. Wow.
Heath Schuler.
Okay.
Ryan Lee.
I will fight you.
Achilles Smith.
Achilles, really? Bruh. Now you just out here wilding.
Nah.
Johnny Manziel. Tom Savage.
Nah.
Brandon Whedon.
Alright. You are wild.
I gotta pop the trunk on this nigga Kenny at this point.
Matt Barkley.
Matt Barkley? Arguably the worst USC quarterback of all time.
Chris Leak was better than
Quite
him.
possibly.
I think he is the worst USC quarterback of all time.
I also think he's in the top 2. I don't.
Hey, Brian. Matt Barkley was terrible. He's a terrible USC.
It's true.
Jamarcus Russell was better than Steve Young.
Wow.
Aaron Brooks.
Wow.
Was good though. Just not better.
He was good, but that still is disrespectful.
Rob
he had that much. Really, Rob Johnson though. Sunshine.
Rob Johnson.
Sunshine. That's who we choosing.
Prototype, baby.
Right, Sunshine, the prototype.
Doug Flutie.
That's debatable.
Oh, are we still thinking the quarterback's better than Chad Pennington?
No, this is Steve Young.
Oh yeah, nah.
No, Doug Flutie.
You have to die.
Doug Flutie's good. He's not better than Steve Young, but he's good. It can be made into a debate.
Doug Flutie is great value Steve Young, if we're being honest.
No, I know. I'm aware. That's why I said they can be beat.
Brian Greasy.
Brian Greasy. Jesus.
Bob Greasy, maybe.
Bob Greasy.
Definitely not Brian.
Definitely not his child.
Jay Cutler.
Jay, I'm gonna ride a bike in the NFC Championship game, Cutler.
The very same.
Yeah.
Where I was beating my Cutler.
The very same.
Let's see.
They were beating the Packers. They were supposed to go to the Super Bowl that year.
Dante Culpepper.
You are
No.
corner podcast. That's what you're not about to do.
See,
Dante Culpepper is literally only a relevant quarterback because of Randy Moss in the same fashion
Literally.
that Chad Pennington is one. But he didn't get the benefit of having
let's see. Steve
him
McNair.
in the pros. That's actually debatable.
Yeah,
I'll give you
I'll
that.
actually debate Steve McNair.
I'll entertain that one because
I'll
he had my
entertain Steve
Ravens
McNair.
to our previous
Trent
best
Green.
season ever. If he
Trent
had
Green
won the
before
Super
St.
Bowl,
Louis, maybe.
if he had won the Super Bowl,
Who else? Drew Bledsoe.
never.
No.
Jim McMahon.
Not ever. And they
Another
got the
great
same
value,
amount of
Steve
Super
Young.
Who was the quarterback for Detroit when Barry Sanders was running the ball?
They got to kill you.
You are not about to. Scott Mitchell? That's what you about to say? Scott Mitchell?
Fucking Mitchell.
Oh,
I will kill you.
we not. I'm about to play Pokemon on my phone because this is.
He's gotten too disrespectful. Okay.
Brady Quinn.
Look at this.
The disrespect.
Like the complete utter disrespect.
The unmitigated gall.
I'm afraid of what he's going to say next.
Giovanni Carmazzi.
You know what? This has been fun.
Who else is part of Brady Six?
See, you know what? I really want to join in on this, but you're saying Steve Young, and I'm like, no, I can't do it. If we were still on the subject of Chad Pennington, fun would be had right now.
All those quarterbacks are better than Steve Young and Chad Pennington.
Steve
More
Young,
so better than Chad Pennington.
Yes.
The rest is me just trolling because I don't like Steve Young.
Yes, it is. And you know what? We're going to get to a point where we're about to ban Steve Young slander on the show, Kenny.
No, you can ban all you want. I'm still going to do it. I'm not afraid of no ban. This is not Twitter.
Banning your life would be next on the list.
You can't ban my life.
Call the guy, be like, "Hey, Jesus, I need to talk to you for a second."
just cancel Kenny's subscription to life. Jesus, please.
You try to cancel my speech. I'm going to have a picture of the First Amendment on my background.
He's like, your boy down here wilding. Jesus, like I tried to talk some sense into him, but
You know what I'm saying?
Who
when it comes to freedom of speech, you need to be on the cross.
Who else is better than Steve Young? I will take Saturday.
No, you will not. You are a damn liar, Kenny. I don't care how much you hate Steve Young. You would never take Steve Young over anybody. Literally,
I'll
anybody.
Take Jimmy Clausen over Steve Young.
You wouldn't. You know you wouldn't. In your heart of hearts, you would. You're just trolling.
Take him.
Like you said.
Like you want Steve Young or Jimmy Clausen? Like Jimmy Clausen.
In a heartbeat, you pick Jimmy Clausen go 0-16 without a doubt in your mind. You're out of that organization by years in. You'll never get another coaching job.
I tell you who I will get another coaching job if I pick over Steve Young. Peyton Manning.
All right. See, that now he evens it out. This was a THC high, and he CBDs it. Ain't this a bitch? You know what?
And what's his name? I just had it in my head before Peyton Manning. Who was I saying?
Stop where you're ahead.
John Kitna.
You're
not even getting a rise out of fuzzy slippers anymore. Not one bit.
When I told you I was getting on my phone and playing Pokemon, like I'm not joking. Like I'm playing Pokemon Yellow right now.
So you wouldn't take John Kitna over Steve Young?
Final thoughts,
so like I was are that level, and I'm at Koga's gym, and you know. I'm about to go ahead and run through Koga's gym real quick.
My final thought is I love trolling Steve Young.
Yeah, well, you're a pretty terrible person for it because Steve Young is a legendary quarterback. You just hate him because you find him a fluke. I still don't understand where your hatred for Steve Young roots from. Like,
He had to do something to his ego.
had to,
It has to. It's all
because he
rooted.
wasn't overrated. He was far from that, Kenny.
He's
overrated.
Steve Young is literally one of the most perfect rated quarterbacks of all time.
Exactly.
Overrated.
He's not too high. He's not too low. He's in the middle where he should be.
He should be lower than the middle because he's not that.
Well,
good.
he's not. So, what's your beef with him, Kenny?
He's not that good.
He is. Go on.
So what you trying to say? His hair uneven and he look dusty?
Yeah.
You're describing yourself, Kenny.
Shut up. I talking to you, BBW.
Hey, don't be taking my brother's jokes, nigga.
He said I could. He said I could.
Expose it. All right.
I was about to say that
He said I could.
definitely sounds like a Caleb.
He said I could.
Caleb said that I look like a BBW, body built wrong.
That's so.
Caleb has been saying that since we were like 12.
Now that was a new one. That was a recent one. I got a good chuckle out of that.
He's
But fat
been
jokes
calling.
haven't happened since we were young.
No, I'm talking about a BBW. He called you that. They've been using different acronyms for it, but he's called you that a very long time.
That's fine. I don't care. I wouldn't use it, so I said it. Steve Young, not that good, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all believe in the hype train. I'd be good too if I'm throwing the Jerry Rice.
What hype train?
What hype train?
I'd be good if I'm throwing the ball to Terrell Owens and Jerry Rice. And J.J. Stokes.
The absolute insult.
And Garrison Hurst. I'd be good too.
I thought we already put
I'd
this
be good too. I'd be good too if Steve Mariucci was my coach. And Bill Walsh. And if I was backing up Joe Montana, I'd be good too. That's all I'm saying. Russell Wilson is better than Steve Young.
Potentially, yes. As of
Kenny,
now,
for a man of God, you sure do have a lot of hate in your heart.
Sure
I ain't got no hate. I'm telling you the facts. Joe Burrow is better than Steve Young. Joe Burrow went number 1.
If you got all that hate in your heart, let it out.
Steve Young's not that good.
Oh, he is.
He threw 5 touchdowns to Jerry Rice in the Super Bowl.
We already disproved that it was only 2 or 3.
That's half of
3.
them.
I think it was 2.
He threw half of them to Rice.
Again, still established, Kenny. You lost that argument, if I recall.
I recall correctly. Y'all just hate us. Whatever. Final thoughts, Los. I said mine.
How are we the haters and you the one hating on Steve Young?
Final thoughts.
How, Sway?
Final thoughts.
How?
Final thoughts.
At any rate.
Overrated quarterback. Overrated left-hand quarterback.
Mike Vick
better than him. Mike Vick better than him.
Debatable.
Randall Cunningham is better than him, too. I said what I said.
Also debatable.
And McNabb. No, keep going.
Absolutely not. Go to hell, Kenny.
I was with you until you said McNabb. Then I was
exactly.
Nick Foles.
Go to hell.
You want Philly? Steve Young ain't never said you want Philly. Ever.
Straight to hell. Do not collect $200.
Joe Montana.
Obviously.
Now, go ahead.
All right. My final thought is this. I forgot exactly what it was. God
Steve Young. The final thought is Steve Young is overrated.
No, it wasn't, and that ruined my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Asshole. I will say this though. You guys heard about the murder of that young black man.
Mm-hmm.
I would say his name, but for obvious reasons, at the moment, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, guys. I could also look him up, but that would, take a little time. I will keep the sentiment going as I do my Googles. Now, my thing is this, right? In the country that we live in, a black man gets murdered by two pedestrian white men, or vigilantes, if you will. And it takes a whole country of nagging to the justice system in order to get them to process them as if you would process anybody else that would commit such a crime such as this.
Mm-hmm.
And which I think is absolutely ridiculous, but we all know that because we all agree. But what the problem is that these motherfuckers might, get booked. They might go to court. They might see a judge. I don't think they're going to get convicted. Why? Because it's the ever-running pattern. Like, white man murders black person. White man gets trial. White man gets off scot-free. It's been, a thing with police for, ever. Been a thing with white people for, ever. And though historically it died down, it's because it wasn't being, televised or reported or anything as often as it was during the civil rights era. It's now becoming more rampant as of what happened with Michael Brown and Ferguson in 2014. It showed you that police, can get away with murdering an innocent black person, and the rest of America won't blink an eye, but black America, it traumatized the hell out of us, even though it's something that constantly happens. It was something that was completely pointless. We learned that vigilantes can do it with Trayvon Martin. And then we learned that they wouldn't kill a white person when Dylan Roof shot up an entire black church. And then on top of that, you have people trying to justify why they were shot. Well, maybe if he did this, that, and the third. But here's the thing. One person gets shot and somebody says, they should have done this, that, and the third. The same situation can be, thrust upon to another person, the same, another black man or woman. And they do what was suggested in this the first time. He should have done this. Well, they go ahead and do that, and they still fuck around and get shot. Then what? At what point do people stop trying to justify senseless murders of black people by white people, and which that? Yes, Carlos.
When it happens to them, unfortunately, that's us as humans, bro. Like, we don't care about something until it hurt us. Empathy is gone for the most part.
Sad.
It
That's
is.
and at this point, it's low-key starting to rub off on me because it's like, as much as I want to, fight the power every day or fight the good fight at least, it's like, yo, I'm exhausted at this point. And it's like, will anything ever change in my lifetime? And it's like, if it does, it's going to be little by little.
But that is not the reason that you should be fighting.
Well, what is?
In the current, the people before us, They wasn't out here like this is about to be better for me. They was like it's going to be better for us. It's probably not going to get much better than it is right now for us. We have to come to terms with that. But what we can and for their children's children, that's what we can do now. The world is set right now. What it is, it's set. It's really not changing too much while we're
alive.
alive.
But what we
That's
can do is
happening.
try to, like, set the tone for the future generations.
Yeah, because how you think we started learning about the stuff that we learn about in our community?
As we got older.
More ahead than our parents were and grandparents were at our same ages. We just gotta keep doing the same thing until we reach a generation of us in our. I know about that. I learned about that when I was 5. And then other races and other cultures be like, I didn't learn about that.
Right. And that's what I was explaining to a friend of mine. Like, she was, expressing her disgust in the situation. I'm like, yo, it's like, it, in that sense, it is what it is, because the thing is that there are people out there that, were raised a certain way, and not even their parents realized there were racial connotations in how they were raising their children. So, when they did become adults today, something like this happens, and, they don't 100% understand, and they have to actually relearn everything. But there are people that are actually willing to relearn it, and there are people that are stuck in their ways and, trying to come up with excuses for things as well. Um, it's not like night and day with, the black person where, what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do about it. And there's nothing you can, sketch or skew about it, unless you're trying to cater to the people that are trying to sketch and skew it, which are usually non-black people. So that's what we have to, take in a sense. And then another friend of mine, former co-worker, he actually hit me up, a couple of hours before we got together to record. And he was saying that, there were some things that he started to notice about the workplace in general, and like, not management, but people past management, beyond management as well. And, it's, unethical and illegal things going on. It's like, dude, this is America. Like, is it unethical? Yes. Is it illegal? Probably not. So, or at least it it's probably to their advantage anyway, because that's just how this country is set up. It was set up to, be an advantage for the upper class white male. That's who this country was intended for. And then they just had to deal
Not
with
even
inclusion for
upper
the past few years.
class.
No, definitely the upper class, because the lower class white people, they definitely, are catching it. They just don't realize it. That's the problem. They don't realize
But
that shit.
that's why I say not the upper class. It's a mentality that a lot of them have,
Yeah.
but they don't realize that who it is really for. We can say who it might be really for because we see who benefits from it, but the vast majority of all of them benefit. There's levels to it.
Yeah.
So like as far as like basic human rights and stuff, all have that, and their rights are rarely infringed upon.
Exactly.
That's universal. So that's why I say it's not just for upper class ones. It's certain things. The systemic stuff is layers. It's for all of them. It's just certain people benefit based on what level you reach to. That's why they do the underhanded and shady things that they all the way up there. so they can benefit from the things that they know they have access to benefit from.
Dog eat dog.
Exactly.
Indeed.
Dog eat dog. There's I forgot the fucking, because you know how much I like Latin. But it's literally a Latin phrase for that, and it was the fucking matter of fact, it was the alternative title for bully. Y'all remember the game Bully?
Yeah.
What the hell was it?
Coronavirus.
No, it wasn't. Shut up, Kenny.
But I just want you to know that I've been randomly yelling that out because of you, and I can't stand you. You talking about Canis Montecare, Canis Mundi?
Something like that.
For Dog Eat Dog World?
Coronavirus.
I'm about to text it to you because I know I'm not pronouncing this correctly.
And I'm telling you, it's real. It's getting real.
Canis Canum Edit. There it is.
I might have typed in something else.
Nah, it's just simply. Well, you probably do in the world. It's simply dog eat dog.
I think I did throw in the world.
Which, yeah, it's Canis Canum Edit. But yeah, it's a dog eat dog world, and it's sad because the 7 deadly sins are always going to get in the way of ethics. Period. That's just the way the world is, let alone this country. That being said, Kenny, do you have a final thought? Or did we do yours already?
You did mine already. And mine was
shit.
Mine was all jokey. Yours was like super deep. So
Thanks, yours is super deep. So good, I'm glad. Fuzzy Slippers, do you have one in particular?
What a final thought?
Yes.
I don't know if it's a final thought. Actually, I guess it kind of is. Pretty much, I think it's kind of like to piggyback off of what you were saying, Los.
Mm-hmm.
But I think us as like people, we're not really aware of what we're one supposed to be doing, and
Right.
two, the type of people we're supposed to be. Because I think those are two different things that people don't understand. Like, we are not, like you brought up, the not probably being able to see the but that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to make it better for the people that come behind us.
Right.
But I think a lot of people don't understand that it's about them and what they can get. And
right. They're too selfish, caught up with themselves.
And until the majority of society think, well, how can this benefit my kids in the future, or whatever future world may or may not exist.
Right.
Excuse my incorrect English. I'm tired. I've worked all day.
10:30 at night. It's fair.
But yeah, like we're not gonna get better. They've been telling us about the ozone layer and recycling since us three were in like middle school.
Earlier.
The world, actually, you are right. Since like 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah, that's about as early as I remember about recycling and the environment. And if you watched Captain Planet when you were a kid, maybe even earlier than that.
Right.
Another note, fuck Captain
Which is
Planet.
why I firmly believe that our generation is not the problem because we believe in Captain Planet. It's the people older than us and the people younger than us.
Do I believe in Captain Planet? Yes. Do I fuck with Captain Planet? No. But that's another story, another time.
I mean, okay, I get that. I'm just saying we not man.
Captain Planet was my favorite hero.
Organizations that are being used
How's that
on the
nigga's
line.
how is that nigga's weakness pollution? Get the fuck out of here.
Because they were trying to teach us about social justice, Carlos. Goodness. Cleaning the environment.
You don't scare me. I'll throw this fucking gum wrapper at you.
Captain Planet was my favorite hero, bro.
That explains a lot.
He was better than Thor, bro. That man made trees, bro.
Right. Corrected the ecosystem by himself.
Yeah.
I'd be Captain Planet's biggest villain.
You see me, Captain? I'm littering.
Bro, then you be littering like Salt Bay, throwing the trash down your forearm.
Just sprinkle that
Look
shit.
at the trash.
That's right. That's right.
Bro, y'all are ignorant.
Just calling them
Look
out.
at the trash.
That's all right, Captain
Hey,
Planet.
all this
I'm
talking
littering.
about-
Come out, you coward.
All this talking about, which I was talking about, I'm on Twitter, and Roy Horn of Siegfried and Roy has died after catching coronavirus.
Fuck.
Wow. Yep. It's getting real out here, man.
Yep. And according to my mother,
Place, man.
and according to my mother in the news, it's in the semen now.
It's what?
It's in semen.
So now we
That
can't
only makes
fuck.
sense if you have it. Like I'm just trying to figure out
I'm
like
just
why
telling you what they said on the news.
why people don't understand that a sneeze is same like any other fluid that leaves your body, like that constantly carries. Like why is it news?
But that includes
now
dick sneezes too. Like
all
No, not sneezes, semen.
No, I know what you said, Kenny. What I am saying is it was first reported about sneezes. Now I understand that people are different and people are raised different and people have access to different information, which is why I am not shocked that people think this. When I heard sneezes, I assume right or wrong.
I assume right or wrong.
All other bodily fluids you can contract COVID from.
And which you're right to assume that. That makes logical sense. Me?
Now, I'm not a doctor or none of that.
I'm hoping that it's not anything else.
I can still hope that it's not everything else, but I mean, people get sick. Like you transmit diseases from having sex. Did people forget that was a thing?
Yeah, that is a thing, isn't it?
Right. So why would it not be able to be? Like I'm just trying to think of the logic of the train of thought that had someone thinking that it was not in that. I'm just like, what thought process could you have to be like, you know what? It's not it. There's no way. There's no way. Nah,
not
because
semen. Anything but semen. That was my thought process.
Bro, I don't think nothing. I don't think about semen.
I'm not saying you think about it. I'm just saying who thought it would not be in it.
So I'm trying to tell you, I wasn't even thinking about.
I hope it wouldn't be in it.
But you didn't think it wasn't, is what I'm saying. Those are two different words that you are using. You're using the word hope, meaning you have a general idea that it is highly possible that it's in.
I'm just in denial about it.
Not even in denial. You just like, you know what? I understand 1 + 1 is 2, but today let it be 3.
You know what I'm saying? Just give me this. Just give me that.
Other people are just like, no, 1 + 1 is 3. Those are two different ways of thinking about things.
Bro, in the semen.
Yes.
Semen, bro.
It's a bodily fluid. Uh-oh. Limited time.
What?
Ultimate Legend Lawrence Taylor is dropping tomorrow. I had
Eh,
it.
my thing is, I'm too creative to play Ultimate Team.
See, you have to get out of your own head.
No,
Yes, you
It-
do.
like
I would
in general, but not in this case.
no in most cases,
Oh my
yes.
god.
I was like that too, but if you look at it for what it is and realize that you're not going to have the greatest of teams unless you do a theme team for your favorite team, you understand what it is and you have fun. Like I have the highest rated overall team I've ever had simply because I was like, I'm not going to buy all of the super expensive cards, and I'm not going to try to have the best wide receiver or the best running back or the best quarterback. Although this year the best quarterback is Lamar Jackson, so I'm just relishing in that fact for the first time ever that a Ravens quarterback is the most sought after quarterback in a Madden video game. Never heard those
That's
words.
straight different.
Yeah, I've lost entirely too much in life to want to lose online anymore. So, especially when I got my ass whooped by a large margin in which I will not re-say on this podcast by my man's Darius.
On Ultimate
I will
Team or
say
on a
this.
regular?
I will say this. Ezekiel Elliott had 350 yards rushing by halftime.
Oh no.
Was this an Ultimate Team or regular teams?
A regular team.
No. I'm not talking about you playing online with the regular Falcons. That is not what I said. I said the Ultimate Team Falcons, where you got Mike Vick, you got Deion Sanders, you
Do you
got
know how hard I have to work to get both of them?
you don't have to work hard to get either of them. That's what I'm telling you.
No, I mean like the highest rated ones.
That's what I'm telling you. You don't have to.
Promise?
Did you not just hear me say I had the highest rated team I've ever had in Madden simply by having all Ravens?
Yeah, but
I have the highest Lamar Jackson. It can't get no higher. I didn't pay anything for it.
what did you do to get it?
You play the game. You get the power up pass.
Nah, fuck that. I want step-by-step instructions.
Oh, I telling you, I literally no. There are solo challenges. Played the solo challenges. You get your overall, your MUT level up to what is it, 99 max. You get 2 of almost each level power up pass that you will need to get the most expensive players to their highest overall.
So I have to solo challenge myself to death?
Yes, but there's a way to do it. Would you rather that or drop $150? All right,
Well,
then.
guess I'm in for a long night tonight, guys.
And especially now, like if you try to get in on MUT now, Deion Sanders is cheap right now because there's a bunch of other cornerbacks that are 99 now. So you
Right.
might actually be able to buy him. Vic, on the other hand, he's always expensive because he's Vic. So you're going to have to use power up past Vic regardless because him and Lamar Jackson are the same human beings in Madden, roughly.
That makes sense.
So it is what it is.
You know me though. I'm just lazy. My thing is I downloaded like a Legends like pool roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fantasy drafted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That way it's all evened out. That way when I, draft in, our characters, it still flows like a regular franchise.
Right.
It's still a hustle. Don't get me wrong. It's just more options and weaponry. And I like that. So it feels like Ultimate Team, only, I still have to work our characters as well.
Right. I would like to personally retire from a receiver and ask if you switch me to safety.
Safety, huh?
Yep.
I've been playing defense a little more instead of just offense only games. So, however, Sean Taylor's my free safety.
I'll be strong safety. That's fine. or
Yeah,
cornerback. I can't
I
play
could
cornerback
replace
in
you
real
for
life,
George Atkinson. You know, that'll
but
work. That'll work. You know what I'm saying? Kitty's my tight end.
Kenny's too short to be a tight end.
Oh, but he's a bully.
I've
Yeah.
played football with Kenny. Kenny's fast. Kenny's a beast.
Yeah,
I don't
but
give out compliments often in football, as you know, Los.
I know, but my running back in core is pretty full with Jim Brown, Marshall Falk, and fucking God damn, I can never remember the third one.
Kenny has a question that I think he
Kenny.
would like.
I would like to
Walter
request.
Payton. That's my third.
I would like to request that I move from tight end and take Carlos' spot at wide receiver.
Well, Kenny, here's the thing, right? You're already a receiving tight end.
I don't want to block. I just want to run routes.
Well, that's the thing. I put you in packages where you don't block. Yes, you can block, but that's what I also have Jeremy Shockey for.
I don't want to be.
Whom I will admit is not quite the blocking tight end, but still,
I
it's
don't want to
within
be
my chemistry.
I don't want to be a tight end. Can I take
Because
a receiver?
my receiving core consists of
I don't care. I just
Joe
want a receiver.
Luis, Kenneth's friend Tyler, Randy Moss, Chris Carter, and Desmond Howard.
Dear God.
Dear God, indeed. Greatest show on turf. Part
So-
two.
So he get the move and I don't. Okay, on that tight end. That's fine.
I wasn't even on the game this year. You're on the
He won the
game.
game this year.
Well,
And the last time he was on the game, he was my halfback.
Right. Last time I was a halfback, I had to tell him I'm not a running back. That's not the things that I do. I
just
catch
saw
passes.
receiving back. You know what I'm saying? So it worked out. But
I'm not Christian McCaffrey.
and playing strong safety, that works out
I
too.
am.
What you want your X Factor to be?
My X Factor.
I'm the black
It's
Christian
subject to
McCaffrey.
change because it sometimes changes. But you know,
I'm aware that you can always change it back. You just got to re-roll it.
what do you mean re-roll it? Hold on.
You don't know about this either. Y'all don't look at YouTube for nothing. I swear, y'all don't.
I only know how to change it, and as soon as I like switch a scheme or something of the like, it changes, and then I gotta like try to change it back. But when I go to try to change it back, they don't have the X factor that I actually want. So I
You go to edit player, change their position to something else, and then change it back to the position that they played, and it re-rolls all of their stuff. Oh yeah, he's not going to sleep tonight.
He's not going to
Los
sleep
is
tonight.
back. Back, I tell you.
He's not going to sleep.
He's not going to sleep at all.
Oh no, I'm getting no sleep tonight. None whatsoever. No, actually, I gotta take Canaz to work in the morning. So yeah, I gotta actually get some sleep. However, consider my Saturday booked, B.
So yeah, as a safety, as long as I get enforcer and or shutdown, like if you can find a way to get both of those, even though I have never been a hit-sticking human being in real life, I like to pretend that I used to be one in Madden.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely.
As long as I got the double movability, I'm fine.
My cornerbacks are Deion Sanders, Ty Law, and Sam Madison.
Double move elite.
That's goat. That's goat. Like,
son, I hustled for my team, yo. Hustled. Like Caleb's our coach. I hustled for our team.
That's goat. Like
Caleb was selling picks like he was trying to get Boardwalk and Monopoly. It was astounding.
Which is a very overrated property in Monopoly, if I do say so myself.
Oh, you'd be surprised until you play Caleb in Monopoly.
I'd whoop Caleb in Monopoly because I think I have an idea of the properties that he likes to buy.
Big ticket properties.
Right.
Properties you just hope to not land on.
But this is the I'm not even gonna give my strategy and Monopoly in this podcast. I'll tell
As
you
you
guys.
shouldn't. I don't give my strategy away either.
No, see, this is the thing. My strategy is so good, I give it to people and still do it because no one cares about the properties that I buy until you put you put a hotel on it, and you gotta deal with the consequences every time because I can build my properties up quicker than you can build the Park Place and the stupid green ones that no one should ever buy because they're just as expensive as Park Place and what you call it, Boardwalk. And there's 3 of them, not 2.
Yeah. My plan works better the earlier I can execute it. So the earlier I can get around the board the first time, that's when my plan can start going into effect immediately. And at that point, it just becomes a matter of frustrating everybody else. That's the game plan. It's frustrating everybody else by having them land on property, and it's just a bitch because they're just losing, inconvenient sums of money. In the long run, it starts to add up, and eventually, I start to buy these places out of them because they need the money. That's just, what's the word I'm looking for? The scenario of it all. But it's not the strategy in general because it's like a whole process that I have about it. But that's the, game plan of the strategy to choke everybody out.
Pretty much, that's Monopoly. You gotta make everybody go broke.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Damn.
I have 3. I have 3 things that I do, just in case people get hip to one of the other things.
Right.
And you can't defense all 3 of them. So you got to pick your poison, which one you want.
I love it. I love the strategy. You ever played Civilization Revolution?
I have.
Oh my god, what a game!
I haven't even heard of it. So
I played that.
I've done all 4 phases of domination with America.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Worked hard for it too. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. The plan is you have to win early and then win big in the modern era. Everything in between that is all like survival for the most part. But bring it on home, Kenny.
Jacare Souza has tested positive for COVID-19. His fight tomorrow is now off. USC 249 is still on. I don't want to watch it if he's nothing. My name is Kenneth Whitaker, a.k.a. Hendrik Solo, the original owner of the Millennial Falcon. I don't have dialogue because I'm tired.
Damn, I just realized the time it is.
Oh my goodness.
I do, however, can still swiggle. But that's about all the energy I got. Hey. Oh yeah, I gotta catch Calrissian like I caught him, like I caught Han Solo. That's great. Call him me. God damn it.
Oh shit.
I was ready to call him me, aka the last Black Jedi. I feel the force around you, like I'm gonna force you to get these hands, like Braun Strowman.
He's not champion anymore, is he?
I don't think so. He probably isn't.
Honestly, I've only kept up with NXT recently, so that's because Charlotte and Io Shirai and then Apple versus Velveteen.
And if he isn't champ, who cares? Like, we knew it wasn't gonna last long. They just had to get it off Goldberg.
Fair enough. I just wanted to see it. That's all. So I'm satisfied. Go on.
Hey. Oh, no music for my last Black Jedi.
You already used the. Oh yeah, you did. Damn, I wasn't paying attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fatigue has affected the sound man.
Oh man, it's affected us all, buddy. Buddy, we're going 2 hours in. It's been gold throughout. I love it.
AKA not your man, I'm a savage. you. Yeah, see, the hour is drawing late, but the Nacho Man still has enough energy for one more pro. Yeah, because you know I'm not your man, sweetheart. I can't understand why you hoes think the Nacho Man wants to claim you, Gene. I don't claim him.
I don't know either.
And you cameraman, put that camera on me. Yeah. Because you hoes are not paying attention. I don't want you pulling up to my house in this quarantine. No, you can't share my pizza bites and Elizabeth does bite. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man. I'm a Savage. He's still where he was. I just went to the bathroom to wrap my finger as Miss Elizabeth just bit my finger off trying to grab a pizza bite. Back to you, Bobby.
I love that. I don't know why I love that so much. AKA,
Fun bit.
AKA Paul Barkley here. Doing the COVID-19 test, I passed. But the Krispy Kreme donut test, I did not pass. I ate about 40 donuts, 50 donuts, and Shaq that ass ate 100.
Burroughs, I'm glad you passed your COVID test. I will say that. However, you got to stop failing these Krispy Kreme tests, too.
Listen, I never had crack in my life. But I imagine that's what it's like a hot Krispy Kreme donut side. I still have to send you that video. I'm sending you that as soon as it's over.
Like, I may not lose you to COVID-19, but I may fuck around and lose you to diabetes. You got to pull it back, Buck.
Me and diabetes and went to war already. That's why I keep my insulin in my back pocket, and that's the earning.
You losing that war.
Not doing this. Oh, my God. AKA Mr. Go Slick Vodka. You know why we have to do this? Because we don't negotiate with terrorists. Yeah, because that's what we should be thinking about right now. He got so mad at him for playing like Call of Duty, bro. He was so mad.
He was over it at that point.
That man definitely said, I'm trying to get out of this alive.
Then he dies, like,
right. And then he hits Shorty in the eye like with a headbutt. Funny. AKA the very sexual. The very tight.
very tight, yes.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
That is Faja.
Oh. Factor.
Really? 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 Really?
Bitch part really don't you understand?
That is so funny. Ladies and gentlemen, Exhibit A. When a problem comes along, you must zip it. Zip it good. The dog. Subtitle. Zip it.
What a movie set. Like, what a trilogy.
That is funny.
I don't know how anybody working on that film was able to film it.
No way.
No way.
I wouldn't be able to handle that shit. With Michael Myers, it's two different roles. Nah.
Like how are you filming that opening monologue in Spy Who Shagged Me when he's got like the long little like beef thing and he's like walking naked. Like, bruh. That's so funny. He's like, oh.
No.
Oh my God.
Michael Myers did his thing in Austin Powers. He put his foot in that series.
That he did.
They did. Then he let Vern Troyer die, and now we can't get that one. Sure. AKA Vincent Kennedy Black Man. Once again, I'm here to dominate the Gorilla Game podcast because you people think that Stone Cold is going to save you from me taking over the whole damn show. This is my show. I created the damn show. There's no one that's going to You love this too much.
Last time I checked, son, you didn't create a damn thing. You're merely a guest on these AKAs. And if you keep it up, you're going to catch another one. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, let me tell you something, Austin. I made you.
What?
I said I made you.
What?
I made
What?
you. God damn it, stop
You ain't
wanting
make a
me.
damn thing, son. And
Stop
I'll tell you
wanting
another
me.
thing.
Austin hit him with the stunner. Where are the kings?
Stone Cold.
Where are the kings?
Yeah, that's never going to get old.
You love that too much. He just be waiting. He just
Oh, yeah.
be waiting. He like, yeah, come on, so I can stun you.
I'll be having my finger on the button and everything, just waiting on it. Like, I need the right timing. Give me the right timing.
I should have never just told you to make an Austin character.
You absolutely fucked up, like how I gave you that water drip. Yeah. That was my mistake. You made
That's
your
okay.
mistake.
I got the remedy for Austin. Called an Owen Hart power driver.
Okay.
Wow.
See? No.
Wow.
You were doing so good. So good, Kenny.
What?
You just ruined it.
Owen Hart broke his neck. What do you want me to do? It's a fact. It's documented. It's documented.
Look, but
It's
to use
documented.
but to use Owen Hart to thwart a characterized version of Stone Cold for this podcast, how low can you get, Kenny?
That ain't low. It happened. How else I'm gonna beat him?
You don't. That's why he was brought in the first place to control Vince.
No, he gotta
from
have.
going off.
Vince gotta have a moment where he just go off on Austin and like I'm gonna tie him to like the Undertaker cross.
There'll be times, but don't worry, there'll be time for that.
I'm gonna put him on the Undertaker cross. I'm about to hire The Rock right now. Carlos, be The Rock.
He's talking about to hire The Rock right now. Carlos, be The Rock. What an ass.
Go ahead, bring it on.
Oh man, bring it home. I'm Carlos Crawford, aka Chin Music Charlie. I really suckered y'all into thinking I lost my smile. Bitch, you thought. Bam! Backflip on your bitch ass. AKA Big Flair. If you're a 170-pound telemarketer, sit down and shut up. AKA Snack Miller. I'm a dog, but aware of my. I'm a dog, but aware of all my flaws. I'm a martyr for a cause on the run. Never bring it to a jog. No, it's my job though. Hit him with the crossbow while I'm at the crib making tacos out of waffles. The god awful, looking for apostles. The flow is always dirty, but people like your raw though. I feel colossal, savage man. I'm macho. Last forever, never gonna stop. No, AKA Gelato Graham. I've tried to replicate that game where I threw for 457 yards and 7 touchdowns so often that I bought the same strain that I smoked for that game exclusively for the rest of that season. And it also started what became my pregame ritual. Chronic cough. Reefer Magnus.
Good Lord.
AKA Haystack West. Son, I honestly couldn't tell you if a kidnapping an outlaw's family is a smart way to go lure them to you. But it's not like I'm gonna kill them. I'm not gonna kill you guys. I'm just holding you guys as collateral for your loved one. And that's supposed to make them feel better? I'm not here to make an outlaw's family feel better about him dying in a gunfight, Rooster. Also, this guy can literally disappear. Impossible. Oh man, we brought in a man with a pet bear. A pet bear we had in euthanization contest with. Impossible is off the table now. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 90. We're off this.
Yeah, we out.